Gemini. It's your girl Merch, the Big Body Benz. Run tell them. The Big Body High Priestess. Somebody come see this. I popped in to do your reading for the month of May. I was hearing something about you, a Virgo needing your blessing. A Virgo needing a blessing, needing your blessing. You needing a blessing from a Virgo. You never getting a blessing from a Virgo. You wanting a blessing that you never get. Someone could be judging you. Heavy on someone judging you. Could be someone's mother, older feminine energy. Someone's mother, someone's grandmother. Not necessarily. You sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. You worrying about the details about something. I'm hearing you worrying about the details about something that doesn't concern you or that lowers your vibration. You need not worry about it. You going over footage. Like, no, I can't lose that. I can't get rid of that. I have to use that. That's important. You going over something. Not wanting to get rid of it. Not wanting to lose it. Losing a lot, though. Having so much to focus on, so much coming in, so much to look after, so much information coming at once that it comes and goes. If it doesn't come out at once, if you don't get it out right away, if you don't get it done right away, if you don't put the idea down on paper right away, it gets away from you, you lose it, it's gone forever. Some of you are doing something now every day that you don't necessarily love to do, you don't want to do, you find boring. It could be a part of your new routine somehow. It's not necessarily your first love or your go-to or your forte, your cup of tea. You're trying something out, you're trying to get better at it, so you're doing more of it. Or doing it every day now. Some of you are really high. Some of you are really high, you're intoxicated. Someone's been committing to health, to being healthier and continuing to fall back on it somehow. Having a streak of being a health freak or being obsessed with it, like I'm going to do this, telling yourself this, committing, I'm committed to this, or saying this and not really fucking meaning it, not following through with it, only doing this for a little while, and then falling off, having this habit, going back and forth, doing really good for a short amount of time or for a period of time, and then falling off. Some of you are giving your opinion about something. This is you or this is someone else giving their opinion about something that they don't really know what the hell they're talking about. You know, from giving it from the outside, being an outsider. Some of you could be dealing with an Aries, because when I said that, I heard Aries, and Aries was the last reading that I did yesterday, and it was called The Outsider. Like a man giving his opinion on what it's like to give birth, but he's never given birth. He'll never give birth. You know? Being an outsider, giving an opinion, trying to tell you what something is like, and speaking to someone who's done it before too. Speaking to a woman who's already given birth, what can you say to her about birth if you can't even do it, or you've never done it, or someone trying to talk to you about love and has never experienced love, has never experienced love from the type of love that you're talking about. Some of you, this is coming from a very limited point of view. You're having very limited experience with something, you know? You're trying to tell someone what it's like to be in love or what a healthy relationship looks like, but the only relationship you've ever been in has been a toxic one, or, you know, has been one that you think is wonderful, but isn't, you know? You're romanticizing something that's really toxic, or something that you don't know is unhealthy. You thinking that it's beautiful, it's perfect this way, or that certain behaviors are okay or they're a good thing. Certain things that you think are a sign of a good sign, a positive sign, really aren't. It being really weird, it being really warped, you having a warped idea of something, not knowing what the fuck you're talking about. Not knowing what you're talking about, not knowing there's a whole nother world for you to explore. You're being really limited in your viewpoint because you haven't explored something. You thinking love is shit, but the only love you've ever known is a toxic love, or love from someone who has never been loved before, you know? That type of energy. Wasn't nurtured as a child. That's the only type of person you ever been in a relationship with, and you wonder why. You think, you should be saying fuck love. You haven't been loved from a healed person, by a healed person. Being strange somehow, love being a thing. You not knowing enough about something. Some of you out here in a relationship with someone and you want a fairy tale, you want a fairy tale lifestyle, and somehow, or you're seeing someone this way, and for the most part you feel that you have it. Some of you feel that you have it, some of you have a nice car, have a nice home, have lots of money, have a partner, but y'all are not in love at all. Y'all don't make love, you're not in love. All you have is a partnership. Like, that's not the fairy tale, That's not the fairy tale ending. Some of you have a partner who spoils you rotten, buys you anything that you want, You live really nice, you wear all the designer clothes, but this person cheats on you, Or this person cheats on you and they won't marry you, Or you're still in the hood, or, you got all these nice things, but they're a drug dealer, It's not honest, or you're always worried, always having to look over your shoulder, This person buys you things to shut you up, or in place of their time, gives you money in place of their time, or to cover up their mistakes, to say, I'm sorry, that type of thing. And you thinking that you have, or people thinking, you making it seem as if you talking about relationships as if because you have the ideal one, and around your way, where you from, people looking at you like you live in a life, like you have it all, it being very limited, but outside of that, you're not having what most people dream of having. That not being the life that they dream of having, some shit like that, it being, you live really good, and for someone who lives in that bubble, or for people who live on the level that you do, it's wild. You're needing an awakening to this somehow. You're thinking you're a lot higher up than you are, or you're a lot more knowledgeable about something than you are. Being crazy out here. Anyway, I've been channeling for way too long, so we're going to pray, and then I'm going to do this quick spread, this recent past, this current energy, and this immediate future spread. I have these cards in front of me. I'm going to read them, and then I'll go over to Patreon for part 2 of this reading to see if anyone is mirroring you this month. Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angels, spirit guide, spirit animal, source, God, universe, please allow me to tap in with my Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node to see what's going on with them in the month of May. Please protect this space from any negative energies and only allow energies of love and light to enter. Ashe, thank you, Spirit. I was hearing something about you not doing a good job about watching over the children. Someone's not doing a good job watching over the children. You're struggling to watch over the children. Watch over people who are like children. Some of the children being louder than others, being more active than others, being more vocal than others, being more comfortable than others. Some are faster than others. You being in a space with a lot of people giving their opinions, but ultimately the only opinion that matters, or the one that matters the most, is yours. The one that's the loudest is yours, or you needing them to be quiet so that you can get your thought out, having to quiet people so that they can hear what you have to say. It's all the chitter chatter is good. You mingle amongst yourself. Have fun. Chat, talk, laugh. Get fucked up together. Being a weird energy. Everybody have fun. Do your thing. But when it's all said and done, I need you to be quiet so I can talk. You have to be quiet so I can talk. I run this, or something about this. We all chilling, but okay, enough is enough. Now it's time to pay attention. I don't know what this energy is that I'm tapped into. Anyway, it just feels like in your recent past somehow you had to really be territorial. Put your foot down, be territorial about something, about solidifying your position. This is my block, this is my corner, this is my territory, I claim it. Kind of it feels like two masculines fighting to see who's the alpha, fighting to see who's stronger, fighting for territory, fighting for a position. It's just strange. People taking a stance against you, you having to be defensive towards people because of how they're coming at you, what they're saying to you, how they feel about you. Have you on the come at me, bro? you really taking a stance on this. Someone wanting you out, someone wanting to kick you out so they could bring someone in. You leaving, somebody coming, somebody going. At the same time, somebody was leaving, others were being welcomed in. Or some people were leaving, some people were being welcomed in. Or as you were leaving, someone else or multiple people were being welcomed in. Someone was being welcomed in, whatever that means. Some of you were dealing with someone who just swapped you for someone else, swapped your spot for someone else, or gave someone else your spot, just swapped you out like you were never there, like you never existed. Meanwhile, you're impossible to forget somehow. You're impossible to forget, so this person hasn't forgotten you. Some of you, somebody was hell-bent on getting rid of you, thinking that they knew that the best thing to do is to get rid of you. They were defensive about your position, about you being there, what you could do. You standing out, you being different, you doing things different, not quite by the book. It making someone uncomfortable. Someone being determined to have you do something a certain way, watching you like a hawk, people watching you like a hawk. People having lots of opinions about what it is that you're doing and not having a fucking clue, not being educated enough, not knowing what's going on, not having enough details, you not telling them enough for them to know what's going on. Some of you were really defensive in the past somehow because of where someone was putting money, feeling like there was a Virgo somehow who needs your approval, or someone feeling like you needed their approval in order to do something. Doesn't have to be a Virgo. Kind of feels this way. Could be very well be a Taurus for some of you. Feeling like they need your approval, or you need their approval in order to make certain investments, put money in certain places, go certain places, quit one job and get another. Some of you are like, your partner or someone you're with is like, how are you going to quit your job without talking to me first? And you're like, well, I already secured a new one. I didn't think I had to get permission. That's me working the job. I secured a new one already, or a better position for myself. But You know, but why do I even have to explain myself to you? It being a weird energy, you not being comfortable with getting pressed the way somebody's trying to press you, or you signing on for something within you getting this new job and not really knowing what the hell you're doing. Heavy on the winging it. Having to seem like you really are willing to defend something, or you know what you're standing for. Heavy on the standing for something and knowing what you're standing for, or having to come across as if you know what you're standing for and not knowing what you're standing for at all. Some of you really have to be disciplined with yourself, with your shadow self. Really tell your ego to shut the hell up. Tell your lower self to shut the hell up when it comes to you spending money on something, you having certain vices, you're spending way too much money on something. For some of you, it's sex. Spending too much money on sex, on women, on a drug. For some of you, it's a drug. You be really lit. Someone spent a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of energy to get you out of a space, thinking what they would get in return would be better for them. Them being really mistaken, them not having a clue at all, not what they were in store for. Some of you are watching someone tend to something, or someone is watching you tend to something. Tend to your family, tend to your baby, tend to your business, tend to everything. All of those things at once. Watching someone tend to everything that they have going on, it being a massive load. They're making me laugh. I wanted to laugh when I say massive load. Somebody watches a lot of porn. That always comes up in your readings. Someone watching a lot of porn, or encountering sex workers somehow, knowing them, befriending them, being one of them. But watching someone do a lot, not knowing how to get it done. At the same time, though, watching certain things get away from them because they have so much on their plate, not saying anything, being in a position to say something, or offer a hand, or extend yourself in some way, ask if they're okay. You're not doing this, or feeling like someone's not doing this for you. Anyway, it kind of feels like in your current energy, the same people that kind of feels like in your current energy, the same people okay. That didn't like you somehow. Ooh, you have some gas. Same people that didn't like you somehow are loving you, wishing that they had you, or seeing how you got your justice, or seeing that you're a lot happier. Or you're going to see someone else, you're seeing someone else get their justice, you're seeing someone else be a lot happier, you being being really emotional over something. Some of you are in a space now where you're ready to get what you feel is owed to you, what you're due. Some of you, this is a partner. This is support. Some of you, someone's giving you the world, giving you everything except for the one thing that you want, or you have everything that you want except for one thing. You being ready to call that in now. You realizing that the one thing, that there is something keeping you from the world that you want, the life that you want to live. I don't know what the hell that was that I dropped. You having you having an entire world that you've yet to explore. You having a bunch of dreams, a bunch of goals, a bunch of things on your to-do list, and there being one thing in particular that gets in your way, stopping you. There being a vice of some sort. You blocking your own blessings. You watching, somehow you watching from a higher vantage point. You watching from a higher vantage point. Your higher self is looking at you. For some of you, your higher self is really looking at you, drowning your sorrows, drowning your troubles, or everyone being really emotional in regards to a relationship or in being in love. What you deserve. Focusing on what you deserve or what you want, or realizing that you want a relationship. You being really picky for a really long time. You deciding that you want love. You having so many other things going for you. For a lot of you, that being the only thing that you're not happy in. Some of you are looking from a higher vantage point at other people, scrambling somehow, making poor decisions somehow, being really emotional and reactionary, not knowing what to do. You being really involved though in the details of it all, where you need to be stepping back, where you need to be watching from where you are. You're safe. You being in the safe zone, you being somewhere, you being in a bunker, you being protected, it being weird, you being at the safe house, that type of energy. But watching things go to shit for everyone else. For some of you, man, it really is. You're watching your money have to go in certain places, and it's pissing you off, or someone is really upset that you don't give them enough money, that you use them. There was something about someone being defensive towards you, about you not appreciating their money or their time or the stability that they offer, or you not doing your part to balance things out. Someone feeling this way, or refusing to work with you, refusing to give you money, refusing to exchange with you at all, after learning something about you but not knowing really what it is. Someone is going somewhere, you wanting to know the details. Someone has new friends, has a new lover, has someone around them. You want the details. You want to know. You want the backstory of this person. In the immediate future, I really feel like more is going to be revealed. Something about more being revealed. This being really confusing to me, if I'm being honest, this whole read is. But something about more being revealed, about how or why you're victorious, why you're successful. You working on something very hush-hush. Some of you are in school, somehow you're studying, you're getting something off the ground. You're working on something and not making too much noise about it, or what you're doing doesn't have the buzz that it's supposed to have just yet, but it will. It's going to take off. In the immediate future, if feeling that way, something being still very secret, being solid though, being solid but being secret. Something that's going to play on people's emotions, or they're absolutely going to fall in love with, think is a great idea somehow. You being behind it all. Some of you are pregnant, you're growing a baby in secret. Some of you just found out that you're pregnant. Baby number 2. That's for some of you. You're not telling anyone, haven't revealed this yet. When you do, everything is going to change. There being something big that hasn't been revealed about a business, a corporation, someone's job security, where someone lives, someone wanting to move, you having what you need, you securing what you need in silence. I feel like in an immediate future you complete, you secure, you complete it, or you secure what you need in silence behind someone's back, real hush hush, low key. You build something, you buy a home, or you build your business up even more. You get money on the low. You low key doing really well for yourself already, but even better somehow in the immediate future. You being successful and not needing to rub this in anyone's face, but it coming out somehow, hitting people like a ton of bricks. People looking down their nose at you somehow, someone judging you. Everyone is someone judging you. You needing to be careful. Some of you needing to be careful about the things that you tell yourself about.
You said something?
No, baby. Some of you need to be careful about what you tell yourself about what a solid connection is, or what you need to be holding on to. What the perfect partners is like. What your perfect partner is like. What even exchanges of energy look like. What arguing properly looks like. Some of you really want to call in something you're not ready for, and a lot of you, it's a relationship. You're trying to call in a healthy relationship. You're trying to call in a healthy partner. You don't know what to do with them. You need to figure that part out. Anyway, I'm about to get up out of here. Feels like you're really high during the month of May. Feels like it's really confusing, but you're really high and thinking about love, wanting love. You need to learn more about it. Mature somehow, so you could have the love that you really want. Anyway, that's part 1 of this reading. We'll take it over to Patreon for part 2. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. You'll find my Patreon. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you'll find that information there as well. If you feel called to leave me a donation, it'd be greatly appreciated. You can follow my IG page, and you can check out my music below as well. I love you so much. It's your girl Merch, the Big Body Benz. Run tell them, the Big Body High Priestess. Somebody come see this. Peace.